So what is up, guys? Welcome back to the More Nick Eckerman channel, and today we're going to talk about the Apple Watch Series 11 and the Apple Watch Ultra 3, which one to buy. So we'll start out with the Series 11. This is the Series 11 right here. Now it's not a big departure over the Apple Watch Series 10, but they do add a few things like better scratch resistance. Also, we still have that same beautiful jet black aluminum. It looks super premium right here. This is the one I went with right here. You can also get this in multiple different colors, including natural titanium, gold titanium, slate titanium, a space gray aluminum, and you can also get it in a silver aluminum or a rose gold aluminum. It starts at around $399 for the GPS model, and it goes up from there. This is the 42 millimeter, and let me tell you, the 42 millimeter actually feels rather nice on the wrist. Even if you have a bigger wrist, it sits pretty nicely even on a bigger wrist if you want a lighter weight watch. So I definitely like that. This one has always on display, 2000 nits of brightness, and it does have the LTPO display, so you can, the 3 version, so you can do the ticking seconds on always on display. It comes with some hypertension notifications. It comes with the ECG app that you're used to from other Apple Watches of the past. And generally, it's just a nice durability upgrade over some of the other ones of the past. Blood oxygen readings you'll find right here. You can test your sleep scores as well. And this also has emergency SOS. And you can also have a depth gauge on here as well. So there's a lot on offer for this. But one of the best things too is the S10 chip. Everything just kind of seems a little bit snappier than before, especially booting up the watch. That also feels rather nice. But I'm really liking the tick in seconds here on the Series 11. So when you put this on always on display, hold on, let me go ahead and put this on the wrist. And you can see when it's on the wrist, always on display, it'll still tick. So it feels more like a real watch. Now the battery life on the Series 11 here is going to give you right around a 24 hours of battery life. So pretty good ratings there. And you can get 38 hours in low power mode. One of the best things about these new Apple Watches too is that they charge a lot faster. So you're charging at about 0 to 80 in about 30 minutes. So even if the battery gives you an issue, it tops up very quickly. So yeah, you're going to pay a little bit more if you want the 46 mil, but this is definitely a sweet spot. I actually like some like digital watches as well, like the Casio Royale, and it's kind of like that size right there, like a comfortable Casio watch this size. So I really like the 42 millimeter. It's definitely a really nice option here, but the sleep tracking's on board. 5G is capable for this as well. So overall, just a very nice version of an Apple Watch with a very sleek feel. I went one of the more basic colors here, but there are definitely a lot of different band options, and mostly it's a durability improvement. But you just heard about most of what you need to know about this watch. The crown placement is also rather nice, and it just feels very easy to use. You also do have that ability to kind of pinch with your fingers to go through your notifications. So let me go ahead and put the band on really quickly. And if you go like that, you can kind of like go through them. And if you go like that, you can go back to your watch face. So yeah, super light, polished edges, very nice overall right there. And you can see the dome right there for measuring the heart rate. Fitness tracking is very nice on here. Heart rate is very accurate. And of course, it is going to go with the Apple Watch app on your iPhone, which they definitely improved for the iOS. So you can go over to Face Galleries. And now everything is kind of more, I would say, organized. They kind of like have all that watch faces in a very nice organized fashion. So that's the Apple Watch Series 11. I think you choose this one if you want the lightweight, fashionable design, but you're okay with sacrificing some durability and battery life because you want that lighter weight and you want to pay less too. So, but I really got to say this jet black version, very, very clean. It looks almost like a titanium model. So you're paying less, but you're getting a more premium looking watch case right there for that one. Let's move on to talk about the Ultra now. Okay, so the Ultra 3. I got this one in the black titanium. Now this is a 3D printed watch, but it's the same look as before basically. You'll see right here, it does say Apple Watch Ultra right there. Dive 40 meters, water resistant 100 milliliters. sapphire crystal. So this thing is an absolute tank. Titanium on the edges, orange accents right there, which does match up nicely with the Apple iPhone. You'll see over here we do have the power button. This also does feature a siren, which that one doesn't feature. This also does have a higher nits of brightness. So this thing goes to 3000 nits. And it's one of the things I noticed. It also has a little bit of a bigger screen than the Apple Watch Ultra 2 and 1 that came before it. So it's a 49mm case as well. So it is the largest Apple Watch you can buy. On the wrist, the only thing I don't like about the Apple Watch Ultra is that its case sits up pretty high on the wrist. So it's very easy to bump into things with this watch, but it just looks like an absolute beast as well. It's very good for, tracking activities as well, because you do have that action button right there. We'll just get right into a preset workout, whichever one you want. And so it's absolutely excellent for those type of activities. Also, speaker grills right there, and it has a super loud siren on board, which I actually accidentally triggered a couple weeks ago, and I really did not like how loud it was, especially if you don't need it, but it's really good if you're in an emergency for sure. You also see some dedicated Apple Watch Ultra watch faces on here, like this one you see right here, the Waypoint, and it does have a lot of similar ones as well, but you have Modular Ultra and just a few more that just kind of match up more with the Apple Watch Ultra. It also does the same sleep scores that you'll find on the Series 11. It has the same ECG. It has the same heart rate tracking, cycle tracking. It has emergency SOS, fall detection. It does have more water resistance, though, of 100 meters versus 50. So it's definitely a bit better there. The GPS is a little bit more precise as well than the Apple Watch Series 11. So do keep that in mind. S10 chip. So this also boots up faster than before. But the best thing about this Apple Watch is that it does have fast charging, and it does have super long battery life by comparison to the regular version, which is about 42 hours. So this is the weekend warriors watch, the Ultra 3. If you do not want to charge over the weekend, or you're traveling, you don't got time to hit the chargers, this is for you. I think the regular versions are fine for everyday folks who just put their iPhone and their watch on one of those stands or something like that, or even just charge it on the thing that comes with it nightly. Then the regular one will be fine for you. It does weigh quite a bit more, and you feel it on the wrist. You feel you're wearing a watch with the Apple Watch Ultra 3. There's no doubt about it. But you do get a nice wide angle LTPO3, just like the Series 11. And so you can see it on harsher angles. In addition, it can get very low brightness to 1 nit of brightness at nighttime, which is really good at night if you want to see the time, but you don't want it like glaring in your eyes. But you can also hit 3000 nits, and it's very evident. It doesn't seem like a big deal when you're watching this through a video, but that screen is brighter for sure in person than what it might look like on video. And so this one does have dual speakers as well. That's not featured on the Apple Watch Series 11. I also find that with this Apple Watch, it's easier to tap things just because the display is just so much bigger than the one on the Series 11. So it's easier to navigate and tap and type and stuff like that on the bigger watch. So I tend to prefer it for that respect. But as a watch, I do feel like it's a little bit more bulky. It's kind of like a lightweight watch versus like something like a G-Shock or something thicker. That's kind of how I think of this in the smartwatch world. You got your sleek, lightweight, fashionable watch, and then you got your sporty, bulkier watch here for your sporting activities. I don't really prefer the Apple Watch Ultra 3 for dressing up or anything like that. It doesn't tend to look too great in those scenarios, but it's fantastic for daily use, daily wear, and just kind of like managing everything right on the wrist. I do like all the different bezels you can change here, different styles, night modes. Love the night mode here for the Apple Watch Ultra. It's pretty awesome, especially at night, because that red is just, it kind of like makes you like a little sleepier when looking at it versus like a bright watch face. Like I'm not trying to look at that at nighttime, if you know what I mean. So both of them having sapphire crystal displays and titanium case is definitely rather nice over here, but the aluminum is what you're going to get on the Series 11 at the base price like I have over here. So those are most of the main differences between these watches. And so if you're kind of like on the fence which one to choose, the simple answer is this. If you want a lot of good durability, but you are okay with having a bulkier watch, you'll want the Apple Watch Ultra 3. If you're a fitness person who does a lot of fitness tracking, you'll want the Apple Watch Ultra 3 because as an action button, it does have much longer battery life. And if you don't even do all the fitness stuff, but you just want an Apple Watch Ultra because you want it to last, then the Ultra is the only choice. If you find yourself needing GPS precision, you'll want the Apple Watch Ultra as well. And also, if you just find the Apple Watch's displays to be too small and you need something bigger, this is the move right here. Both of them do use the same watch software interface, but if you find yourself wanting a daily fashionable watch that also, is very smart and pretty good battery life, fast charging, a smooth look, and just kind of forget that it's on your wrist, but it's functional, then you want the Series 11. I personally picked up both because I use watches differently for different scenarios. Like I do use the Apple Watch Ultra for all my heavier battery needs and sporting activities. But when I just daily and I just need some daily beater or whatever, I'm going to use the Apple Watch Series 11 because it can do most of what the Ultra can do. And yes, provided I do got to charge a little bit more, but I know not to use this when I'm going to be away from the charger for extended periods. But I do like that sacrifice for the lightweight, smooth design. And so for that reason, it's pretty good. But again, the hypertension thing, you're going to have to wait 30 days to kind of get results on that. But the sleep scores are nice. And overall, it's kind of like the daily fashionable watch versus the more rugged sporty watch over here. I also got the trail band with this Ultra. It looks pretty clean. You can also get these in multiple different colors, titanium case, only 2 colors on the Ultra, but this one has more color options, including a rose gold and tons of band selection. You already know the deal. So yeah, let me know which one you would choose down below. Is it going to be the Apple Watch Series 11 or the Apple Watch Ultra 3? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you on the next episode. Nick here. Be sure to be well, and peace.